had a bad month. Let's say I have a bad month. I let this bad month get the best of me. Okay. I get down on myself. I start to doubt myself. I start to think that I can't be that person anymore. I start to believe that everybody I talk to is gonna tell me no. Okay. I let this one bad month, destroy my confidence, destroy my belief, destroy my ability to see my vision. That's having a bad month and then letting it get the best of you. Okay, that's reacting. But let's say I have a bad month, or I don't like to call it a bad month. Let's say I have a character building month, okay, where things don't go my way. I'm not going to react to it today. I'm going to respond to it. Okay, I had a bad month, character building month. Okay, let's do an evaluation. What didn't I do well this month? What didn't I do right? I will start to look and find, okay, did I talk to this person the wrong way? Did my marketing strategy not work the way that I wanted to? Am I posting these things at the wrong time? Should I change my approach? Like, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to evaluate. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that ability to see the problem. I'm going to find out why that problem happened. I'm going to create a plan and then I'm going to execute next month and then go out next month and potentially, do my best to figure out a way to have a better month. Okay. And next month, I'll go out and I'll have a better month. And if I don't, let's say for whatever reason, same thing again. I'll figure out what happened. I'll find out why. I'll diagnose the problem. I'll create a new plan and then I'll go attack it and seek mentorship. Okay. And this is what it's all about. You got to be able to adjust your way to success. And when you go from a bad miss to a good miss, then that means that you just learned something. And that's key, right? It's like, when you fix your shot, you were missing the ball, you were missing the basket, but now you're hitting the shot. Now you're making the ball, right? You realize, man, I was missing, but now I'm making the ball, right? It shows you a lot about that. And you really, really need to see it. Okay. You can't get lost in what's happening. All right. You got to know that everything is happening for you, not to you. So understand the difference between good misses and bad misses will give you a great return on failure. Let's go to number three. Number three is you got to embrace hard. Embrace that it's going to be hard. Embrace it. Why? Because everything worthwhile is uphill. All your dreams are uphill all the way. Okay. And you got to remember this. This is very key. Most people have uphill dreams with downhill habits. Okay. People have uphill dreams, but downhill habits. How are you ever going to be able to accomplish the success that you want if you don't have the habits to get you there? You got to remember, if you do what's easy now, your life is going to be hard later. Okay. So you got to do what's hard now. What's hard now? Following a routine, staying disciplined, going to the gym, reading the books, investing back into yourself. Okay. Making that bad investment and then figuring out why that happened. Okay. Taking, business ideas that didn't work out for you and turning them into blessings. Okay. You got to embrace the hard. Communicating with people is going to be hard. Marketing yourself every single day is going to be hard. Managing a business while managing a relationship, while managing a marriage, while managing your family, it's going to be hard. All of it is going to be hard. None of it is going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. So you have to remember that you got to embrace the hard. You can ask any single successful person that you follow, that you see on the street, and you can ask them, hey, was it hard? All of them will tell you yes. But you know what? They'll also tell you that it was worth it. Okay. But because everything worthwhile, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes hard work and perseverance and dedication. Okay. So you got to make sure that you put yourself in that position and you got to embrace it. It's hard for me to wake up early every day. It's hard for me to grab a book and read it every day. It's hard for me to, prioritize business, family, relationships every day. It's hard, but I embrace it. I appreciate it. And you know what? As you start to embrace hard, things start to become easy, actually, believe it or not. They start to become easy because it's like after so many times of you doing what's hard, it becomes easy. Like think about it. After waking up early, it starts to become easy to wake up early. After, reading a book for 90 days, at the beginning it was hard to pick it up, but then after 90 days, you're itching to pick up the book. So what was once hard is now easy. Because one thing I've learned, guys, believe it or not, was easy to do is also easy not to do. All right. So if it's hard, do it because it's going to make you better. Whatever is hard, do it. Don't let yourself get caught up, okay, in doing what's easy. If anything, get caught up in what's hard because understand the dream is free, the journey isn't, okay? And shortcuts, they don't pay off in the distance. If it's easy, it's not for you. If it's hard, it's for you. Never forget that. Number 4, anticipate failure. You want to get a great return on failure? Believe it or not, guys, it's good to anticipate failure. What do I mean by that? Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Okay? You got to remember, part of the game is failing. So if you want to be successful, if you want to set yourself apart from your colleagues and your business partners, and you really want to be the difference maker, you got to be able to fail better than everybody around you. You're going to have to. Okay. One of the reasons why I'm still here in my business 7 years later is because I understood failure better than everybody else. I was able to get knocked down many times and I got back up. But I anticipated failure. I was never naive to failure. I knew I was going to fail because I'm doing a business that is still very early. Right? I was very early into the business of entrepreneurship, network marketing, trading, investing, all these things, leadership, even speaking. So I knew I was going to fail. So I anticipated it. And all I did was prepare. Like I always teach you guys, if you fail to prepare, you can finish it for me. You prepare to fail. So in order for you to anticipate failure the right way, you got to prepare for it. You got to do the work. You got to read the proper books. You got to listen to the right podcast, the right audios. Okay, you got to seek for mentorship. You got to do the things that are required. You just can't be somebody that is not doing the work. You got to do the work. You got to put the practice in because life is the game. But what are you doing at practice? What are you doing in the morning when nobody's watching? Are you preparing for it? And some people may be like, well, no, why would you anticipate failure if you don't want to fail? Well, the name of the game is failure. Part of the game is failure. It's not, we can't avoid it. It's not like we can be like, oh, we don't want to fail our way to success. No, failure is actually the stepping stones to success.
That's facts, man. I be talking facts on these podcasts, man. This is awesome. All right, guys, let's get started with today's call. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Happy Friday, TGIF. It is amazing. It is, thank God that it is Friday because, man, let me tell you guys, it's been a great week. Put a 5 in the chat box if you've had a great week so far, right? 5 days, Monday through Friday. It's amazing. I'm feeling good. So many success stories are being created. So many people are having breakthroughs, so much learning, so much elevation. I missed you guys yesterday, by the way, as well. I know that we didn't get a chance to do yesterday's call. So I hope you guys were able to take yesterday to catch up on any prior trainings, any podcasts, anything like that. Because honestly, I feel like these calls have been a great component to what it is that, we've been working towards. And I love to see the growth in everybody. I love to see everybody stepping up and having a ton of breakthroughs and just seeing people really step into that best version of themselves. I was really, really happy and proud to see so many people grow. And I'm seeing so many people have all these amazing breakthroughs and the traveling and just we're going into a really, really good season, guys. And I can tell you guys right now, I know that this year is going to be filled with so many more momentums, seasons that, we're going to appreciate a lot more. So I want to thank you guys for making it a priority to be on these calls, because let me tell you guys right now, everything is literally working in our favor. Everything we touch is turning to gold. All right. We expect miracles, we get miracles. Money flows to us abundantly. Isn't that amazing that money flows to us abundantly, and that we are money magnets, and that God is aligning everything to work in our favor with all the right people, all the right situations, all the right circumstances? Everything is happening for us. And it really is amazing. Okay. And that's what it's all about. And I want all of us to believe that. Remember, the language is the key. The language is the key. If you're speaking this all the time, Nano, I am vibrating at a high level. I'm feeling good. Um, I'm expecting miracles and I'm getting miracles. I'm a money magnet. Money flows to me abundantly. I have more than enough. I lack nothing. I have everything I need. I am so grateful for the amazing life that God has blessed me with. I am serving my purpose. I am living in abundance. I am financially independent. All my bills are paid. My family's healthy. I am healthy. Diseases don't exist in my body. I am more than enough. All the world's strength and power, it rests inside of me. Guys, this is the type of language that we need to be speaking. These are the stories that we need to be telling ourselves. I have time freedom. I have financial freedom. This is the language that I want all of us to start speaking. We talked about it this week, guys. Remember what we say when we talk to ourselves. What we say when we talk to ourselves. Last call we were talking about the title, the story of James in the Bible. And what did he say? We need to be full of joy. Full of joy even when we're dealing with the trials. Right? Who's full of joy this morning? It's Friday, it's May 23rd. Who's full of joy? Because I am. I'm full of joy. I wake up so happy every day, guys. And look, I tell you guys the reality of the situation. We all deal with struggles, we all deal with challenges, but I'm happy. I'm happy. I want you to know that. Yes, I mean, big happy smiles, right? Big happy smiles, because it's just an amazing life that we all get a chance to live, guys. And that's what I want you guys to start to remember and start to speak to yourself about. And don't forget it. And whenever you catch yourself going back to your old ways of thinking bad or thinking negative or thinking sad, just remind yourself, no, that's not what I want anymore. I reject that in my life. I reject negativity. I reject sadness. I reject those things. I choose happiness. I choose abundance. I choose miracles. I choose this. Remember, it's the conscious thought of choosing whether you're going to accept or reject certain things in your life. That's the key. All right, guys. So let's get going with today's training. That's just like a little intro message, right? That was a little bit of an intro message, kind of getting you guys ready to go. But let's get right into all of this. All right. I titled today's training, The Greatest Value in Life. The Greatest Value in Life. And as you guys know, I listen to a lot of Jim Rohn and a lot of personal development. And it's funny because I've heard this training a million times, but I was listening to it actually yesterday. Yeah, I was listening to it yesterday. And he sits there in the training. He says, the greatest value in life is not a car. The greatest value in life is not a house. The greatest value in life is not the money you make. What do you guys think the greatest value in life is? I just kind of want to see what some of you guys are going to say. Remember, this This is a training that comes directly from Jim Rohn. What do you guys think it is? Right? Just lucky guess. Let's see if anybody's able to get it. Self-love, time, your mindset, happiness. Okay. You guys are close. Health, connection with God, joy, living, health, state of well-being, waking up, having an intimate relationship with God, who you're able to become, mindset, faith, peace of mind, purpose. All of these are correct, by the way. Peace, your soul, peace of mind. Here, from Jim Rohn's word, from Jim Rohn's mouth, this is what he says. He says, the greatest value in life is living a good life. It's not a car. It's not a house. It's not jewelry. It's not your clothes. It's not your accomplishments. The greatest value in life is living a good life. And it's funny because, like I said, I've heard this so many times. But for some reason, it hit home the other day when I heard it. The greatest value in life is living a good life. And then he breaks down he breaks down the 6 ways that you can live a good life. And that's what I want to break down to you guys here today. The 6 ways to live a good life. Who's ready for that? Because I am. I want to share this with you guys the same way it was shared with me. And you guys had great answers because at the end of the day, a lot of the answers that you guys gave are part of the 6 ways. All right. So here's number 1. This is how you get a chance to live a good life. Number 1, productivity. He says, if you don't produce, you won't be happy. And that is the truth. If you don't produce, you won't be happy. Giselle's ready for the sauce. There we go. We got people here ready for the sauce. Natasha's ready for the sauce. Troy's ready for the sauce. Erica is. Vanity is. Ricardo is. Anaya is. Productivity, though, is number 1. You see, if you want to live a good life, we know that we have to be productive. All right. No one is going to live a good life if you're not working towards anything. So are you being productive right now? Are you working towards something? Are you building something? Are you laying bricks in the kingdom on a day-to-day basis? Because call it what it is, guys. Even though we may like our lazy days, and even though, look, myself, I love the days that I could just sit on the couch and be a couch potato and just watch Netflix and watch YouTube reels. And I love those days too. But trust me, there is nothing better than me waking up one morning and working from sun up to sundown and knowing that I had a productive day. There's nothing better than that. There's nothing better than you waking up and doing your full morning routine, getting a great workout at the gym, having a great healthy breakfast, right? Working on your business, posting on social media, doing everything right for yourself from the moment you wake up to the moment you fall asleep. There's literally nothing better than that. As much as I love days to take off and chill by the beach and relax and take a day off, but here's the thing, those days are only good when you've been working hard. So I know a lot of people like to take days off, but I don't like to take days off unless I deserve it. So yes, those couch days and those beach days when you take time off for yourself, they're great, but they're only great when you know you deserve it. So you got to ask yourself, are you being productive in life right now? Or are you just being active in life? Or are you just being busy in life? That has to be a question that you genuinely have with yourself. Are you being productive in life or are you being active in life? Nano, what's the difference? People who are active in life, they're busy doing things that you're doing enough just to get by. You're just going through the motions. You're busy doing a whole lot of nothing. It may seem like you're doing something. It may seem like You're doing actions, but in reality, you're running in place. Because when you're being active, you're not working towards anything. You're just doing enough to get by. Neno, explain it a little bit deeper. And this is no disrespect to my people that work jobs. If you're just waking up, going to your job, getting home, and not building anything for you, right now you're just active. No disrespect to nobody that's working a job. Remember, guys, I'm here to just give you guys perspective. If you're not building something that is for you, for your legacy, for your generation to come, and all you're doing is just working your job to pay the bills, right now you're just being active. It's a good place to start. It's just not a good place to stay. All right. Let me make sure you guys understand that. It's a good place to start. It's just not a good place to stay. A lot of people are active, they're not productive. Explain productivity. Productivity has to do with you building something that is gonna, a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, is gonna allow you to leave that active income and focus on productive income. You're building something that is for you, for your family, and for your generations to come. That's going to be here long after you're not here anymore. You're building your business. You're building your team, your community, your organization. Something that's going to pay you long term. For example, Mornings with Nano is my, as much as right now I don't get paid for it, Mornings with Nano is part of my purpose and part of my productivity, because this is going to be something that evolves into so much more. This is going to evolve into consultations, retreats, merchandise, one-on-one coaching, courses, speaking engagements, and so much more. This is just a practice that you guys are a part of with me. There's going to be so much more that comes from this. So even though right now it may not be paying me an income, because I do them for free on YouTube, and yet YouTube gives me like an extra $200 a month for it, whatever, because of the ads and stuff. At the end of the day, the real productive stuff that I'm doing here is more for the long term, because I know this is for me, that is going to help me, my family, and the generations to come, and is also doing the same for you. So the reason why I live a good life right now is because I work on things that are not just for somebody else. I work on things that are also for me and my family and my generations to come. So I feel good. I'm at peace because I know I am being productive. I'm not just being active. I'm not being active. And here's what I want to say to my people who are being active. Like I said, being active is a good place to start. It's just not a good place to stay. Be active, but make the sacrifice when you're not being active to be productive. Like Jim Rohn says, work full-time on your job and work part-time on your fortune. Work full-time on your job, work part-time on your fortune. Work the job. Let the job fund the fortune. But don't just work the job, because that's just active. You need productivity in your life. Your fortune is productive. Even though it may not seem productive now, a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, it'll pay off. That's how it was for me. It can be the same for you. So understand, guys, if you don't produce, you won't be happy. People always ask me, Nano, why are you always so happy, bro? Because I live a productive life. There's not a day in my life that is not productive. You got to understand that. Every day, even the days that I take off, let's say I take a Saturday off, even on those days, I'm productive. Because I've built a business that's so powerful that even when I'm not working, it still works. Even when I'm not sharing the plan, someone else is sharing the plan in the business. Remember, that's the beauty of this industry and what it is that I do. There's always somebody working. So understand, number one, the key to living a good life, key number one, is you gotta live a productive life. You gotta focus on income producing activities, activities that are gonna get you paid, activities that are gonna help you build long term. All right, so that's number one. Number two, this is a good one, good friends. The greatest value in life is having good friends. You want to be able to have good people around you, which means you may have to get rid of the negative people around you. Understand that friends and family, they won't support you until strangers start to celebrate you. That's part of life and that's part of the journey. Understand that. I need you to understand that. Friends and family won't support you until strangers start to celebrate you. Be grateful that you have good friends if you do. But keep those that hate and keep those that don't support you at a distance. This is important. Find good friends. I have great friends in my life. And that's another reason why I live such a great life. It's not because of the money that I make. It's not because of the accomplishments. It's because I have good friends. I have great friends that hold me accountable, that are God-fearing men and God-fearing women, that are always working to be better, that celebrate me when I win, that are happy for me. You understand? Like, it's so important, that invite me to places, even if I don't go, they still invite me. They bring me around their families. And I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of friends. A lot of friends. Really good people. You want to surround yourself with those. I have solid people in my corner that lead with the right principles, that have the right integrity, that are loyal, that want to see me win. Live a good life. You got to have good people around you. I got my team with me. My team is all my team is my friends. I have so many amazing friends in my life. So having good friends is part of living a good life. Ask yourself, do you have good friends? Like, do you feel legit about the good friends that you have? And if you don't, go find yourself some new ones. Find yourself some good friends. There's a lot of good friends. Guys, there's good friends in the chat right now. If you're someone that's on this call and you're like, yo, I don't have any friends, I need more friends, you have friends right there in the chat. You need good friends in your life to live a good life. Understand that. You know, one thing I realized, quality facts, one thing I realized is that the reason why your friends and family don't support you immediately is because they know you for who you are. They only know you for who you are. Medina was goody, Papa. Strangers see you for where you're going. This is important. You need good friends. I promise you that. I live a good life. One of the reasons I live a good life is because I have great friends. Great friends. And guess what? You know who good friends are? The good friends are the ones that know you and accept you for your flaws and still show you love. Those are the best friends. The friends that know you, know your flaws, and still love you. Those are the best friends, because I have friends like that too. Guys, look, I may jump on these calls and I may do the teachings and all of these things, but I can tell you guys right now, I'm not perfect. I've made a lot of mistakes in life, right? There's still things that I need to fix as a person, myself. So the fact that I have friends in my life that love me for me and are willing to accept me through my flaws and my mistakes and allow me to grow is such a beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful thing. I'm grateful for my friends. Like I've thought about that before. Like I've almost shed a tear thanking my friends because I'm like, bro, you guys love me for me. And you guys are willing to love me even through my process of growing, maturing, and becoming better. That's a beautiful thing when you find people that love you and accept you and are willing to be with you through the process. So key. So key. They're there with me when I was up, and they're even there closer to you when you're down. Isn't that a beautiful thing? And yesterday I had a great conversation with an old friend of mine. And because recently I made a decision to, obviously part ways with the company that I was once a part of. I had a conversation with an individual that I had a great relationship with before, everything happened. And, we talked for like an hour yesterday. And one thing he said to me, he was like, bro, I know business and everything, went the way that it went, but at the end of the day, I just wanted to make sure that our relationship was good. And I told him, I'm like, look, bro, no business, no compensation plan, no product or service could ever break the relationship that me and you have, bro. All of that other stuff is just extra. That stuff is temporary. A business is temporary. A compensation plan, a company, all that stuff is temporary. Relationships is forever. I'll never forget the things that you did for me, bro. Never. I saw the sacrifices you made for me. And even though I don't agree with everything that you did, I gave you grace, my brother. You know why? Because I know that people go through seasons in life. And I can't judge you and your character based off of one season in your life. I give you grace, my brother. He's like, why you do that? He like, because if I'm ever put in a similar situation where I'm not the best version of me, I would want my people and my friends to give me grace. So I always learn to give people grace in specific seasons in life because you never know what people are going through. And people change in specific seasons because of where they are in their life. Some people are in seasons in their life where they got to be defensive, where they got to be, in defense mode, where they're rejecting everybody. They're talking to you a certain type of way. They're not all there. They're not there yet. They're not there mentally. Sometimes the people is sometimes the wrong people in their ears. And I've learned, right? And I've learned that you got to give people grace in certain seasons in life. And that's what I've done for people in life. I've learned to give people grace. I still love them. I still appreciate them. I'm still grateful for them. But I value the relationship more. Because God gives me so much grace, bro. So who am I not to give others grace? God has given me so much, bro. God has been so graceful with me. Right? Put a 2 in the chat if God has been graceful with you as well. Learn to be graceful with other people as well. Trust me, you'll live so much of a better life. And it's not that you're a pushover. It's not that you don't value your boundaries. It's just that if one day you're put in a similar situation, I promise you, you're going to want people to give you the same grace that God gave you. So I give people grace and I value relationships more than anything. I value relationships more than anything for sure. All right. So number 2 is good friends. Good friends is one of the values in life that will give you a good life. Number 3, spirituality. Spirituality. And what I mean by this is not religion, it's more relationship. With respects to whatever you believe in, Make sure that you are building that relationship with your creator. You want a good life? Have a relationship with God. All right. My Lord and Savior is Jesus Christ. That's me. I respect what everybody else believes in, though. At the end of the day, it's about relationship, not religion. Okay. What is your connection like? And here's what Jim Rohn said. He said there's three things you got to do every day while building your relationship. You got to study, practice, and teach. Study, practice, and teach. Study, practice, and teach. That's what life and spirituality is all about. Study the word. Why you guys think I keep my Bible with me at all times? All right, this is one of my other Bibles that was gifted to me. This is called the Maxwell Leadership Bible. But why you guys think I'm always studying? I'm studying. And then guess what? I practice it. And then I come on these calls and I teach. All right. I study, I practice, and I teach. I study, I practice, and I teach. The question is, are you doing the same? Well, Nano, I don't have a morning call that I go live with Monday through Friday to teach. You don't need to. You could teach it to your friends. You could teach it to your family members. You could go in a group chat. You could go live on Instagram. You could drop it in your threads. You can drop it on your story. Study, practice, teach. Because it builds the foundation. And you become the example that you want to see in the rest of the world. You want to be that individual that is doing those things. You're studying, you're practicing, and you're teaching. And you make that a priority. You know how good it feels to be able to come on here, my last call on Wednesday, and teach you guys about the book of James in the Bible and how amazing of a call that was and how much value we got from it. You know how good that felt at the end of that? Because I'm teaching people the word. I legit feel like I'm a disciple. Like it feels like incredible. I'm like, yo, I'm literally a disciple of the Lord. Here I am on a call with hundreds of people with my Bible open, teaching from the book of James, waking people up, making people more conscious. You know, the most fulfilling compliment that I ever get from people is when people come up to me and they say, Nano, because of you, I started to build my relationship with God more. Because of you, I read the Bible more. Because of you, because of your sacrifice, because of your example, now Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. I got baptized because of you. That's the biggest compliment I could ever get as a man. And I take it all in, but I also give all the glory to the Lord because at the end of the day, I take no credit for it. But it's one of the most fulfilling feelings that you could ever feel as a person, that because of you, you saved someone's life, someone's soul, not even their life, their soul. You help them find themselves. I help a lot of people make money, but money comes and goes. I help a lot of people hit ranks in their businesses, but ranks come and go. But helping somebody get close to the Lord, that's forever. That's for eternity. That's forever. That's for life. That's more valuable than anything else. That's more valuable than anything else, man. That's the beauty of it. I've helped a lot of people make money and they turn their backs on me. I've helped a lot of people win and do things, but when you help somebody find themselves through the Lord, there's nothing more valuable than that. Trust me. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Because you end up being that example for people. So number 3 is The third key to living a good life is having a relationship with the Lord. If you don't have one, start to work on one. I'm telling you, it'll change everything for you. It'll change everything for you. Based off of what you believe in, have that relationship. Build it up, study, practice it, and teach it. That's number three. Number four, this is a good one. Don't miss anything. Don't miss anything. Nano, what do you mean by don't miss anything? Don't miss the events. Don't miss the games. Don't miss the shows. Don't miss the events of life. Don't miss them. That's what life is all about. You got to be involved in the drama of life. If you know me, it's very difficult for me to miss anything. I don't miss them. I love to go to the events. I love to go to the dinners. I love to go to the opportunities that I get presented with. If you know me, I like to be in places. Like I love being a homebody, but I also like being outside as well. I love to be in the scene, not partying, not drinking all the time, but doing things that I love to do. Doing the things that I love to do. Don't miss those opportunities, guys. Don't miss them. Go to that event. Go to that birthday party. Go to the kids' games. Go to their shows. Go to the graduations. Go to the weddings. Don't miss those things. I go to almost there's I think out of all my friends who've gotten married, I've gone to every single wedding of all my friends that have gotten married, except for one, and it broke my heart. It literally broke my heart that I didn't go to one of my boys' weddings. It broke my heart because I don't like to miss anything. Even when, guys, let me tell you something. Even when I didn't have it to go, there's been times that I put flights and hotels on credit cards just to not miss that person's wedding, just to not miss a baby shower. And I didn't have it. I was broke. And I was like, yo, I made this person a promise I would be there. I made this person a promise I would be there. I'm a man of my word. And if it was the other way around, I would want this person to be at mine. So I'm going to make the sacrifice and I'm going to fly out. I'm going to stay in a hotel and I'm going to show up with a smile on my face, even though I'm not in the position to do this, because I don't like to miss anything. Because I know how much people value those things. I know how much people value those things. I remember one of my friends, he invited me to his wedding. One of my college teammates invited me to his wedding. I was in Dubai, and I remember at the time. He had invited me to his wedding months ago, but I was supposed to stay in Dubai till let's say, for example, I was in Dubai from Tuesday to Saturday, but his wedding was on Friday. I ended up leaving Dubai a day early. I took the flight that landed me at the airport in JFK in New York. It landed me in the afternoon. His wedding was that night. I went literally straight from the airport. My boy picked me up at the airport. One of my friends picked me up at the airport. I changed in the bathroom at the airport, put on my suit, everything, pam, 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 and I went straight to the wedding. And the smile on his face when he saw that, on my story, I was in Dubai the night before, but the next day I'm at his wedding. When I was supposed to stay there for an extra day or two, it was everything. And still to this day, he thanks me for that. Still to this day, he sends me pictures. Like, wow, bro. And a beautiful thing about it is his father had passed away, I remember, a couple months later. And I got a chance to spend the last couple of days with his father as well. And it meant the world to him. And it meant the world to him. I don't miss anything. I do my best. I'm not perfect. I can't tell you guys that I'm 10 for 10, but I do my best to be as close as I can to be 10 out of 10. I'm probably right now 7 or 8 out of 10 when it comes to, I don't miss anything. I don't. None of the baby showers, the baptisms, the events, the games. I don't like to miss things. The 11 p.m. calls. My sis invites me to a midnight call. I'm there. I do my best not to miss anything. It is so important. Trust me, it makes a big difference in life. You want to live a good life? You know, it's funny because in the audio, Jim Rohn says, he said, if you would know my father was 93 years old. And if you would walk in the house on a Friday night, Saturday night, he's at the rodeo. He's at the games with the kids the next day, watching the games. He's at the baseball game. He's at the rodeo. He's at the mall. He's in the farm. He doesn't miss anything. Even don't miss anything, guys. I'm telling you, that's the key. That's one of the keys to a good life. I live a good life because I don't miss anything. I'm always happy. I'm always excited. I'm always fulfilling other people's lives and pouring into other people as well. That's important to me. Do your best not to miss anything. Because remember this, if you live well, you will earn well. If you live well, you will earn well. And that's the key. So that's number 4. Number 5 is your inner circle. The key to living a good life is having a good inner circle. Now, this is different from friends. We all have good friends. Your inner circle is completely different. My inner circle is like my mom, my dad, my little brother, my goddaughter, my godson. Very, very small inner circle, right? Nothing more valuable than that. The nourishment of the inner circle, taking care of your inner circle. That is so important. That is so important. Your inner circle is everything. And I know that you guys also feel the same way about certain people in your life. Your inner circle are your kids, your family, your close circle. Dude, I tell people this all the time. I'm like, yo, there's nothing better than my mom in this world. Somebody asked me that the other day. Who was like, yo, who's the most valuable person in your life? I'm like, my mom. That's an easy answer. Like, bro, my mom is the only person in the world that checks in on me daily. Every day, I have a phone call with my mom. When I fly, she's more interested. She wants to know everything. What time I land, when do I leave? She calls me before I get on the flight, after I get off the flight. She's the first one to call me. If I spend the day without talking to my mom, what happened? Where is she? If she can't get in contact with me, she's calling my friends. Have you spoke to Nano? Where's my son? She has my location. She's everything to me. My little brother as well means the world to me. My father also, still to this day, means the world to me. My inner circle is everything to me. I I do it for my inner circle. The reason why I grind so hard is for my inner circle. Because write this down. It's better to live in a tent with someone you love than to live in a mansion by yourself. And that's the truth. Better to live in a tent with the people you love than to live in a mansion by yourself. And that's facts. I would rather live in a tent with my family that I love than to live in a mansion alone. And that's the facts right there. Does anybody else agree? Is anybody else similar to what I just said right there? I'm like that. Well, what does it matter if I get all the money in the world if I don't got my inner circle with me? I'd live in a tent, broke, with no money, and we'll be the happiest people because I got my family with me. Those are the things that are valuable, guys, and these are the things that you got to push for. You know, I think about it, yo, if it wasn't for my mom was the one that gave me the money to start my entrepreneurship journey. You know what I'm saying? My mom and dad, when I was in college playing baseball, they told me not to work a job because they were going to fund the whole entire thing. When I started this business, look at how life works. And I know not everybody has supportive parents like mine, but I give all the glory to the Lord to giving me such amazing parents. Remember, I've never worked a job. So when I started my journey in entrepreneurship, I didn't have income a lot of the times. So when I would have to take these trips, my parents were funding a lot of that stuff. Well, I was a grown man already, 24, 25 years old. You know what my mom would do? She would give me her credit card. My dad would give me his debit card. They would give them to me for emergency purposes only. If anything happens, you have money. Here, take this. If you need to buy yourself food, don't starve because you don't have money. Use the card, but it's only for emergency purposes, only when you need it. You know what that would do for me as a kid who was looking to change their lives? I was like, yo, the fact that I have this kind of support from and they didn't even understand what I was doing. But to have that support, it's unbelievable. Still to this day, still to this day, my parents are like that. Still to this day, my parents are like that with me. I'm a grown ass man. I'm 30 years old now. And still to this day, they're like that with me. I'm so grateful. But that's the inner circle. And every day I work so hard to be able to one day, I know I'll never be able to pay them back, but all I could do is do my best. All I could do is do my best, guys. Don't ever forget the people that did all those sacrifices for you, fam. I promise you, don't forget your people. Don't forget your families. And like I said, give people grace too, as well. I know we haven't had some of the best experiences with certain people in our lives. Give people grace. Learn to give people grace and appreciate people that made incredible sacrifices for you that you may not even ever know about. You may not ever be able to even know what kind of sacrifices those people made to make sure that you live the life that you have today. Whether they were good or bad, all I could do is show them my appreciation by who I become and what I can do for them moving forward. This is why I go so hard. This is why I never stop, because of my family, my inner circle. That's your foundation. That's your solid. That's what's going to keep you going. And that's the facts. And then the last one, the last key. I missed number 5. Number 5 is your inner circle. And then number 6, the last part of living a good life is participate in the miracle making process. Participate in the miracle making process. Nano, what do you mean by that? Help others. Help others. Give to others. Help others create miracles in their lives. This is why I love what I do, because through these calls, we're creating miracles. There's miracles happening on this call. You know how awesome that is. There's generational curses being broken on this call. There's generational wealth being created on this call. I am participating in the miracle making process, which is I'm giving to others. I'm helping others. It's not about just you and your family. Help others. God tells us to help others, help those that are in need. That's why I help as many people as I can. That's why I do these calls Monday through Friday, whether one person shows up or whether 1,000 people show up. I do these calls because I don't know who's on the other side of the screen that needs to hear this. I don't know who's going through a tough time right now that needs this message. So it's a responsibility to me to participate in the miracle making process. This is why I do this. This is part of my miracle making process. Because I don't know who needs the words today. I don't. But I always show up for it because I understand the importance of it. Because if someone hadn't showed up for me, I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in today. So what if I could be that for somebody else? What if somebody knows, you know what? Today's not my day, but, let me go listen to somebody. Let me go listen to Nano. Nano still does those calls Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Why not? Let me go jump on Mornings with Nano. You see it all the time, guys, in the chat. Yo, I haven't jumped on Mornings with Nano for years, for months. And I tap back in and look. Things change. I'm committed to this, guys. And look, you don't even have to do anything that makes you money. I don't make money out of this, guys. I do this for free. I do this because I love this. I do this because this is my purpose. I could do this for another 10 years, no problem. With a breeze, 5 days a week. Some people still don't believe that I do these calls 5 days a week. But it's part of my life. Is what I do. I was numb before Mornings with Nano. To hear Rosie and to see the woman Rosie has become today, miracle making process. I participated in that. She jumped on the call. She became better. Woman of God, top leader now, on her way to make multiple 6 figures, 7 figures in the next 12 to 36 months. That's how life works. You just never know. You just never, ever, ever know. Anaya has been here with me for years already. This is what it's all about, guys. Participate in the miracle making process. This is what life is all about. So here are the 6 keys. One more time. Shirley, facts. Tu eres mi hermana for life. The 6 keys to living a good life. Number 1 is productivity. Number 2 is good friends. Number 3 is spirituality, your relationship with your creator. Remember, study, practice, and teach. Number 4, don't miss anything. Number 5, your inner circle. Right? Remember, it's better to live in a tent with somebody you love than to live in a mansion by yourself. And then number 6, participate in the miracle making process. This was lessons from my mentor, Jim Rohn. And I heard it and it just hit me. So I was like, I need to share it with you guys. So if you guys got value from today's training, put some 777s in the chat. I'm so excited. I'm so blessed. And I'm so grateful to be able to share this amazing value with all of you. And I pray that you guys have a beautiful rest of the day and a beautiful rest of the weekend. Remember, guys, do not let your weekend be your weekend. Work on yourself, even on the weekend. None of us are where we want to be at, including myself. Don't be the person that takes the weekends off. We're not there. The weekends are for intentional work on you. Work on you inside. Build yourself up on the weekends. Take even more time for yourself, because I know sometimes during the weekdays, it's kind of hard to do the work that you want to do on yourself. I remember weekends for me were amazing because I could take my time, because I didn't have to do mornings with Nano at 10 a.m. So, I would sleep in a little bit and then I would take my time with my morning. Those were my self-care days, was the weekends, because I could do everything. I could read as much as I wanted to read. I could journal for as long as I wanted to. I could meditate for as long as I wanted to. I could go sit in the sun and just take it all in and put my feet in the grass and go get a massage and, manis and petties and all the good stuff, and nothing better. Nothing stops. Remember, guys, you're not where you want to be at. No weekends off. Put the work in on yourself all 7 days. You could take a day off of work. You could take a day off the business. You could take a day off of trading. You could take a day off of Instagram, but don't take a day off of you, because you need to be constantly growing every single day. All right, guys. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of the weekend. Little prayer. I'm going to just practice some gratitude to the Lord today for allowing us to live a good life. All right. So everybody bow your heads. Let's pray. Father God, we just want to say thank you so much for this amazing week that you've allowed us to step into, that has been filled with so many breakthroughs, so much wisdom, and so many amazing lessons. We want to thank you for the great life that we live and the great relationship that we're building each and every single day with you, Father. We want to thank you for our health. We want to thank you for your protection, your guidance, your love, the community that you've allowed us to grow and cultivate here together. It's absolutely amazing, Father. And we want to thank you for the challenges, the challenges that we're dealing with in life right now that are here to help us grow. We are full of joy, and we understand that now more than ever that even through the challenges, we need to stay happy. And we appreciate your knowledge, Father. We're grateful for the guidance and the love that you give us each and every single day. And today we don't want to ask for anything. We just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for it all. Let's have a great weekend. We love you. We appreciate you. We give you all the glory and all the praise. In God's name we pray. Amen, amen, amen. God bless you guys. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your weekend. Enjoy your days. Remember, do not take a day off on the weekend. Work on you through the weekend. All 7 days count. I love y'all. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys on Monday for another episode of Mornings with Neno. Yes, we have a call Monday for sure. God bless, fam. Thank you, fam.